From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your afternoon update.
Hello everyone, I'm Meteorologist Mike Krueger. Just a quick look at your forecast here for this afternoon as we're checking in here. The happy first day of fall officially transitioned from summer to fall at 11:19 this morning. We've got cool mornings but warm and hot conditions here over the next few days. We have a slight chance for a few eastern mountain showers and maybe some thunderstorms by around the middle of the week. No guarantees at this point. I'm not setting it in stone just yet, but just a bit of a heads up. We'll talk about that. Looks fairly dry for the first 2 weeks of fall. I'm not seeing a lot of rainfall this week or even going into next week, although there are some signs that next week maybe, but nothing guaranteed at this point. Looking at dry conditions this afternoon, getting hot, temperatures in the mid-90s on average for the valley. Trinity County, even low 90s there, and 80s for many of the higher elevations with upper 60s for the coast. Taking a look at your fire weather forecast, sponsored by Garmin's Tractor Service. The winds are not going to be doing anything all of that significant. A little bit breezy for tomorrow morning for some of the higher elevations, in particular the foothills east of the valley. But by Tuesday afternoon, those winds died down. Wednesday morning, nothing really going on, even into Wednesday afternoon. Take a look at the fire weather risk. It's moderate to getting within that high range here for places like just between Red Bluff and Chico in particular, but nothing terribly alarming. I do expect the fire weather risk to decrease as we go into your Tuesday, but still, again, we're still that time of the year where it's still hot, it's still dry. We still just need to take the necessary precautions. Now, high pressure is a dominant feature. You see the arc in the clouds, you see the clouds moving up and over the ridge, big void of clouds over the eastern Pacific, all the typical characteristics of high pressure. But you see that circle, the area of low pressure south of San Francisco, that does have a little bit of rain with it. Now we're looking at Wednesday from the forecast this Wednesday. You see the rain to our south over central and southern California. That's trying to work its way northward into places like Plumas and Lassen. You can see those clouds coming in. So there may be a stray shower, maybe even a stray thunderstorm for, say, Susanville southward into even parts of Plumas County. So I'm just going to call for partly cloudy skies on Wednesday, Thursday, even into Friday, but I don't think we're going to see much in the way of rain at this point. And of course, that dives down to the south, and then high pressure is once again that dominant feature for the end of the work week and even going into this weekend. There's Saturday, there's Sunday, that big ridge of high pressure in place, although we're still calling for some clouds to move in, but should remain dry through the weekend as well. All right, so let's go and take a look at our forecast here for today. Temperatures are going to be in the mid-90s on average for the valley, give or take. 80s, even some 90s. 90s for, say, Trinity County and even the inland areas, but 80s for most of the higher elevations and upper 60s, give or take, for the coast. Tonight, another cool night. We're dropping down to the low to mid-60s for the valley, 30s and 40s. Could see some patchy frost for places like El Tourist. When you get down to about 34 degrees, you start seeing some of that frost. So we're kind of getting in that borderline here. Otherwise, for the coast, you're looking at low to mid-50s there and mainly clear skies even for the coast. Taking a look at your 7-day forecast for the valley, a bit of a roller coaster ride. See how we peak on Tuesday. In fact, upper 90s, about 100 degrees on Tuesday for the valley. Another dip in our temperatures Wednesday, Thursday, and then another spike on Friday before we drop again over the weekend. Taking a look at the coast, mid to upper 60s. Same roller coaster ride for the inland areas and for Trinity County, and pretty much everywhere in the higher elevations as well. I don't have any rain or showers or thunderstorms anywhere in the mountains. However, as I mentioned, for Susanville, Thursday, around Wednesday, Thursday, maybe a chance for a stray shower, stray thunderstorm, but for now, I'm going to keep it dry. All right, that's a look at your afternoon update. I'll be back again at 6 o'clock this evening with a much deeper dive into your forecast. Until then, have a great rest of your afternoon.